of Bellingham and Kane. Pickford takes the free kick, goes long out towards that left-hand side. It's headed clear, though, by Molina for Argentina. On it goes to Simeone. 3 white shirts around him. Has to go back towards the edge of his own penalty area, but Argentina maintaining possession. But England doing well to push them back towards the edge of their own penalty area. They found a way out, though, through Martinez, left-hand side of the penalty area, and in the end the ball's gone out of play. Last touch came off of Reece James. So throw into Argentina, level with the edge of their own penalty area. Down their left-hand side to be taken by Tagliafico. A couple of minutes played here in Atlanta. England 0, Argentina 0 for the right to face Spain on Sunday. 8 p.m. BST, the third place playoff, the match that nobody wants to play, of course. That will be on Saturday at 10 p.m. BST, and that will obviously feature the French after their defeat. It could obviously end up being a repeat of the final from 4 years ago if Argentina were to lose this one. Now the referee stopped play. There was an off-the-ball incident involving Elliot Anderson, who's gone down holding his neck, and it's all got a little bit fruity. Well, inside the first 3 minutes, and already players squaring up to each other just outside the centre circle. Referee's got to sort this one out. Obviously, we do have the comfort of having VAR in case anything has happened untoward that the referee didn't see. Bellingham's claiming a elbow in the neck, I assume, of Elliot Anderson, who's gone down. We'll get a replay of this one in a minute. Let's have a look. And it's a flailing arm from, I think it's, might well be Enzo Fernandez, actually. Messi was battling with it with Elliot Anderson. The Argentinians wanted a free kick. Enzo Fernandez is being talked to now by the referee. That was Messi's first touch. And it seems to have simmered. It seems to have calmed down. And while all that's happening, Reece James has just come to the touchline just to be spoken to by Thomas Tuchel down this near side for England. So free kick to England, right-hand side of the centre circle. Elliot Anderson is okay and has possession. Goes out low to Anthony Gordon. He'll be a Barcelona player. Well, he is a Barcelona player. Playing La Liga next season with many of the players on show tonight. Of course, many of these Argentinian players ply their trade in the Spanish league, particularly Atletico Madrid. That link, of course, that Argentinian link with Diego Simeone, who's been the Atletico Madrid manager for some time. Here's Declan Rice, almost loses possession. Have to be careful there. Almost had his pocket picked by Julian Alvarez, and then goes back towards the edge of his own penalty area. Stones on towards Gueye over on the far side, can bring it over the halfway line, plays it over the halfway line. It's a nice ball as well to Jed Spence. Now Spence is held up over on the far side, then continues his run. This is a brilliant run by Jed Spence. Can he get the corner? No, he can't. Argentina just about kept the ball in play, but this is good from England, pushing Argentina back into their right back position, and in the end they're forced to go long. They do go long, and 39-year-old Lionel Messi, well, he will chase that one, but Gueye's going to get there first, and Gueye goes all the way back to Jordan Pickford. Pickford, couple of touches, all in sort of mustardy yellow this evening, the Everton goalkeeper. Gueye now left of the penalty area, goes back to the aforementioned Jordan Pickford, drills one out towards this near side. Reece James just about keeps it in play, does he? But he loses possession in the process, and Argentina have it now. Alvarez on towards the edge of the penalty area, can't find Messi, and in fact I think England have a free kick which they've already taken. Here's Reece James. Elliot Anderson down towards his near side. That's a loose one from the man who will play for Manchester City, of course. Certainly these players either have changed teams or are changing teams, due to change teams potentially. There's a lot of transfer talk going on, isn't there, around Europe at the moment, as Argentina go all the way back to Emi Martinez. Here's Christian Romero. That's a good tournament. Towards the far side it goes, and the ball in field from Molina doesn't reach his intended recipient, and then Jed Spence does really, really well. Started the game well, Jed Spence really has. And then almost loses possession. Commentators curse, but I think England will get a free kick as he pokes it back towards Elliot Anderson. Anderson D goes down, and it will be a free kick to England, midway inside their own half, just a few yards infield from that far touchline, the England left. Really, really competitive start to the game, though, from both sides. And just looking at a replay of that, clearly Anderson was caught by Giuliano Simeone. England free kick, then back it goes to Jordan Pickford, edge of his own penalty area. Pickford just retreats slightly, chucking the ball under his left foot, brings it back towards the edge of the penalty area, then changes his mind and starts coming forward again. In the end, he picks his pass and goes long. It's a lovely one as well towards Rodgers. This will be his first touch. Morgan Rodgers on this right-hand side for England now. Down towards the byline he goes. Can he get the cross in? He can towards the near post. It's cut out though, put behind, and it will be the first corner of the evening, and it will be a corner for England because that ball was cut out of the near post by Alexis McAllister. We all know how on the money Declan Rice can be with these set pieces time and time again during the season for Arsenal. Can he deliver here for his country? 7 minutes played here in Atlanta. England 0, Argentina 0. Really competitive start though. And England looking to profit here from a Rice out-swinging corner from this near side. So right-footed out-swinging from that England right. Kane takes his place just on the edge of the penalty area. The left arm goes up from Declan Rice. And it comes now. And that'll be headed wide towards the edge of the penalty area. And the Argentinians can get it further clear. England need to just hold the ball up. If they can get it back here, they can they? In fact, there's going to be a free kick as Argentina tried to break up. There was a high boot in there. And it'll be a free kick to Argentina. And the first set piece of the evening comes to nothing. It was just planted over towards right about the penalty spot from Rice rather than trying to swing it right above the goalkeeper, Emi Martinez, of course, who we will know well. Is Christian Romero, midway inside his own half, just to right of centre. Touched off by McAllister towards the far side. Molina is going to turn and go all the way back to Emi Martinez, just on the edge of his 6-yard area. Nonchalantly goes low up to Martinez, and down the line he goes to Tagliafico. Tagliafico inside Reece James. Wants the 1-2, and he's going to get the free kick, in fact, because he didn't get the ball back from Alexis McAllister, but it'll be a free kick because he was brought down in the end by Reece James. So free kick to Argentina. Lovely nutmeg, actually, initially from McAllister through Declan Rice's legs. And the free kick will be taken by Paredes, who actually plays his football now in Argentina for Boca Juniors. And towards the far side, Messi comes deep to get the ball. He's barely touched the ball so far, the 39-year-old. He's just lurking over on the far side, just shy of the halfway line. As Christian Romero brings the ball forward towards the halfway line for Argentina at walking pace at the moment. Messi has stayed there as well, in fact, coming slightly in field. First time ball by Alvarez. That's not going to mind Simeone. In fact, that's going to be a free kick for England as, once again, Elliot Anderson goes down. How many times has he been fouled inside these first 10 minutes? The former Nottingham Forest man. So England have a free kick. I think England have started the better. No sights of goal yet for either side, but they look the more comfortable on the ball. Although just as I say that, England lose it and Argentina have it back with McAllister, and then there's the turn, and there's another free kick involving Elliot Anderson, but this time the foul is from Anderson on Enzo Fernandez. That is going to be a really interesting battle. Enzo Fernandez is another one. Is he staying? Is he going? There's been talk of him potentially leaving Chelsea, but we're now hearing that he's very much part of Xabi Alonso's plans for next season at Stamford Bridge, so that could be a Premier League battle, couldn't it, next season? Chelsea versus Manchester City in the middle of the field. And ball's going to play from the far side. England have a throw on the halfway line, which Jed Spence has taken. Now it's Jude Bellingham. Pokes it back to Guay. Now Anderson again, seeing plenty of the ball. Scoops it forward down that left-hand side. That's one to chase for Anthony Gordon. Can he wrap his foot around the ball? I think he did just about keep it in play, but all he did is divert it through to Emi Martinez inside his 6-yard area. And Argentina have it again. Edge of their penalty area. Here's Martinez. Closed down by Morgan Rodgers. Big night, you feel, for Morgan Rodgers tonight. Talk about him potentially part of a big money move as well this summer, potentially leaving Villa Park. Still it's with Emi Martinez, and in the end he's going to go long out towards this near side, and the ball's put out of play. It's the header from John Stones. So throw into Argentina, just inside the England half, down the Argentinian left, and it'll be taken by Nico Tagliafico, 33 now, plays his football in the French league for Lyon. Back it goes to Christian Romero. That's a really loose one from Romero. Now can England take advantage? Well, steaming through is Anderson. Loses possession. I thought that was a free kick. Referee thought better of it. And then there's another coming together off the ball. And this is getting a little bit fruity, to say the least. It involved Morgan Rodgers. I think Rodgers did touch. Well, first of all, Elliot Anderson still complaining he didn't get a free kick, and I think he's got a case. And then there was a coming together off the ball between Paredes and Morgan Rogers, but I think it was a bit of gamesmanship from the Argentinian. I'm just looking at a replay. First of all, should Elliot Anderson have had a free kick? Well, he definitely got some of the ball, Enzo Fernandez, but also took some of Anderson. They then ended up tangled up with each other, and while that was going on, there was a coming together between Paredes and Morgan Rogers. The referee stopped play, and I just think he's just got to get hold of this a little bit, just calm it all down. It's all getting a little bit fruity out there, and the football could be affected as well. We don't want that. What we want here is a cracking game between two very, very good sides in the top four, of course, in the rankings, the world rankings, and the other two teams in that top four played last night. That's how consistent the top teams have been in this tournament. The 1, 2, 3, 4 in the world getting to the semis. Argentina now with the ball over on the far side. It's just about kept in play by Simeone. Had to play it back inside his own half. Here's Christian Romero. On it goes to Enzo Fernandez, right hand side of the centre circle. Goes out towards Molina, and then the Argentinians play it back inside their own half. England just on occasions knowing when to press and when not to, just allowing the Argentinians to have the ball at the moment, but they're not hurting Thomas Tuchel's side. Tuchel looking to become the first foreign manager ever to win the competition, never been done before. Ball down the right hand side. Now they've broken the offside flat trap. No, they haven't. Racing down that right hand side for Argentina. I think it was Simeone, but he'd gone too early, and it will be a free kick to England over on the far side. 13 minutes played. What's going on now? Just looking at a replay, there was a little nudge from Pickford on Simeone. He's gone down like he's been shot. It's completely unnecessary. Free kick is taken for England. Stones back to Anderson. So Anderson is now the deepest player other than the goalkeeper Pickford. He's got Stones to his right, he's got Gueye to his left, and he's got Julian Alvarez just ahead of him. Finds Bellingham, who comes into a deep position for England to pick possession up, and then goes out to Gueye on the far side, down the line to Jed Spence. Spence down the line, that's a really good ball by Jed Spence. Now Anthony Gordon racing down this left-hand side for England. Left-hand corner of the penalty area, working space for a shot. Is it still Anthony Gordon? Too many touches. Wanted too many touches, should have got the ball into the box. I think he was working space for the shot, Anthony Gordon, but he really, really needed to release that one for England. And now suddenly Argentina are breaking quickly over the halfway line, and England have got to get back. There's the ball floated towards Alvarez, edge of the penalty area. Out towards the right-hand side of the penalty area it goes. Not many Argentinian players in the penalty area. Eventually arriving was Messi, but too late. It goes over the head of Messi, comes out towards his near side. It's retrieved by Tagliafico. Still the Argentinians pressing as it goes back towards Paredes, and Paredes goes all the way back towards the halfway line. Everybody now bar Emi Martinez inside the England half. First time we've seen pressure really from the Argentinians after that really good run from Anthony Gordon. He just chose the wrong decision in the end, Gordon. He was just desperate to try and get the shot in. Just too many touches to try and make the space when there were England players inside the penalty area waiting for a delivery, and I think that would have been his better option. Loop forward into the penalty area for Argentina, headed out towards the far side by Gueye. Will it drop out for a throw-in? Indeed it will. So it's a throw-in to Argentina right next to the corner flag. And Simeone is going to take this one in the side today. Down the line it goes, is Martinez. Now it's Paredes. Messi's just lurking on the edge of the D. He's barely touched the ball yet. Doesn't mean anything, does it, with Lionel Messi? It really does. He's going to touch the ball now, though, as he gets there before Rice pokes it towards the edge of the penalty area. England have won it back. Now, can England break? No, they can't, because they've lost possession over on the far side. Good sliding challenge coming in there to win the ball back by Paredes for Argentina. Rice, to be fair, just overran it and just showed him a little bit too much of the ball. What a lovely turn that is by McAllister for Argentina, still coming towards the edge of the penalty area. They want the free kick this time. They're not going to get it, and England can bring it away down the left-hand side. Now, will Anthony Gordon get a run down that left-hand side, but he's not going to, because he's going to get a free kick because he's brought down. So England free kick, just shy of the halfway line down the left-hand side. Made a good start, Anthony Gordon. And most of what England are doing that's good is coming down this left-hand side as well. The link-up between Spence and Gordon has been far more fruitful in these early stages than James and Rogers on the other side. And that might take some getting used to. Won't be surprised if it's the first time they've played together actually down this right-hand side. And here is the aforementioned Rogers. Does go down the line to Reece James, and Reece James plays it all the way back inside his own half to John Stones. Stones on to Anderson inside the centre circle for England. Stones continues over the halfway line. He gets the ball back, makes his way towards the right side, and then leaves it for Reece James. And Reece James plays it low back inside his own half to Elliot Anderson again. Anderson is seeing probably more of the ball than anybody inside this first 16 minutes. Guay over the halfway line out to Jed Spence, hugging the touchline down the left-hand side. He's midway inside the Argentinian half, just held up by Simeone, so goes back infield towards Guay. And now Kane comes deep, barely touched the ball so far, the England defender, but that's a good ball forward towards Reece James. Can he smuggle it out towards the far side? Reece James, Jed Spence is calling for it and he gets it. Spence, left-hand side of the penalty area, just overruns it slightly. And in the end, the ball's gone out of play. And it'll be a goal kick for Argentina. Good work by Enzo Fernandez, to be fair, just to get there ahead of Spence. And 17 minutes played here in Atlanta, Georgia. England 0, Argentina 0. Argentina have never lost a semi-final, a World Championship semi-final, and they've played 6 of them. This is their 7th. England's fourth, I should say. 1-1, drawn 2 of the previous, lost 2, I should say, of the previous 3. And of course, the most recent one of those was 8 years ago when they lost in extra time to Croatia. They were favourites for that one as well. Ball's gone out of play down this near side. England, they're going to have a throw-in, but Morgan Rogers, who was challenged, has gone down. A little bit of concern for Thomas Tuchel, but he's back on the field now. Just looking, was it a foul? I think Tagliafico just about wins the ball to put it out of play. Takes a little bit of Rogers as well. England go all the way back towards the halfway line. Guay on to Spence over on that far side. Leaves it for Anthony Gordon and continues his run down that left-hand side. Now Bellingham goes all the way back to Guay, left-hand side of the centre circle for England, closed down by Messi. Been a peripheral figure so far. The 39-year-old, as England play it back inside their own half. It's John Stones now inside the centre circle. Takes it towards the right-hand side and finds Reece James. Low ball down the line. Good ball first time by Morgan Rogers towards Declan Rice. Now Rice twisting, turning, gets it back to Rogers. 2 Argentinian players around him. Can he win the throw-in? The ball eventually does go to play, and indeed it's an England throw. Midway inside the Argentinian half down the right side. Reece James all the way back to the halfway line. Here's Anderson. Anderson is going to play that ball low back to Guay, left-hand side of the centre circle. Now first time ball from Anthony Gordon to Kane. Kane out towards Morgan Rogers, right side of the penalty area. There's the overlap. There's Reece James with the ball in, but it's too close to the goalkeeper. Good move from England down the right-hand side. Good link-up play between Morgan Rogers and Reece James, but that ball in the end from the Chelsea fullback just way too close to Emi Martinez, who grabs comfortably at his near post. 19 minutes played. England 0, Argentina 0. England have had the better of it, certainly possession-wise, without really creating anything of note so far. Lovely turn by Messi on the halfway line. Twisting, turning, then overruns it slightly and allows Anderson to just whack the ball away out towards the far side. Nobody in English shirt over there, so it will be retrieved for Argentina. And Elliot Anderson himself not willing to chase the ball, and in the end it's all the way back to Emi Martinez. On to Enzo Fernandez. Another good tournament. The Chelsea man out towards this near side it goes, and ball over the halfway line by Tagliafico. Tagliafico down the line it goes. Here's Julian Alvarez. We know how devastating he can be when he cuts that ball onto his right foot. Now left-hand corner of the penalty and loops out towards the far side. It's loose inside the England penalty area, and it's whacked away by Elliot Anderson out towards the far side. Headed back in towards the penalty area. Little flick on there, and there's an offside flag up over on the far side. It might well have been Messi, actually, as the ball was headed back into the penalty area for Argentina. And it might well have been the little man himself who just strayed slightly. The ball's ended up through to Jordan Pickford anyway, but England will have a free kick inside their own penalty area. 20 minutes played. England 0, Argentina 0. Second semi-final. Argentina have won all of their games so far, though they needed extra time. It's been their friend, hasn't it? A couple of extra times to get through. And then that incredible comeback when he gets Egypt as well, as Pickford goes long, but that's got too much on it, and will go through to his opposite number, Emi Martinez. Needed extra time a couple of times to get through. England needed extra time, of course, against Norway. They've drawn one of their games, of course. They drew against Ghana in the group phase. Here come Argentina over the halfway. A lovely ball from Messi out towards the far side. Simeone holds it up, goes back in field to Messi, midway inside the England half ball on his left foot, infield to McAllister. Now Enzo Fernandez, back to Paredes. 1-2 between himself and McAllister again. And then there's the 1-2 between Fernandez and Paredes once more. Paredes at walking place. England, everyone behind the ball. Happy to just sit back at the moment and allow Argentina to have the ball. In the end, there's a little bit of space out towards the near side. Julian Alvarez has picked up a lovely spot. Left-hand corner of the penalty area. Tries to get the ball into the box. It hits Reece James. Goes out of play. And Argentina will have a throw in middle inside the England half down the left. And Alvarez himself is quick to come over to take it to keep Argentina purring. Although they've gone all the way back towards the halfway line. Here's Sandro Martinez, left-hand side of the centre circle, down the line to Tagliafico, gets the ball back again with the bright pink boots on, plays it inside the centre circle to Paredes. Paredes for Romero, onto McAllister, closed down by Bellingham, has to release the ball quickly, and he's gone down now under the challenge from Jude Bellingham. There's going to be a free kick, I think, for Argentina, just outside the centre circle. Just looking at a replay of this, it's a strong one. It's nothing we haven't already seen from Argentinian players, to be fair, in the first quarter of this game, because we are inching towards the hydration break in this fully air-conditioned 71,000 capacity stadium. Messi's going to take this free kick. We're going to get this, and I think we'll probably get the break. Messi places this ball down. It's just outside, it's probably about 6-8 yards outside the centre circle, inside the England half, and it's just a low one taken out towards the far side. Here's Simeone looking to take on Spence. Simeone still for Argentina, down towards the byline. Can he cut the ball back? Will he win a corner? Because he tried to, and Jed Spence did what he's there to do, preventing that ball from coming into the penalty area. And it's Argentina now with their first corner of the game, one apiece in that particular stat. To be taken from the far side. You don't need me to tell you who's going to take it. Argentina, again, there's a little bit of pushing and shoving, and it seems to be that Giuliano Simeone is involved in absolutely everything. I'd be amazed if he doesn't get a yellow card at some stage during this game. Pickford as well, who loves a battle, doesn't he? And the referee just speaking with both of them at the moment, actually, Pickford and Simeone inside that 6-yard area. A lot of pushing and shoving to come, I feel. So, corner for Argentina, far side. Argentina right, left-footed and swinging from Messi, and it comes right above the goalkeeper. Goodness me. And in the end, the referee's seen something because he's blown up. It was a delicious delivery from Messi towards the far post. And just looking at a replay, I mean, it could have been 3 or 4 fouls in there, to be fair. And there we go. It's the first hydration break. So 24 minutes played here in the semi-final. And it's been an intriguing game, I think, more than anything else. There haven't really been any chances of note. The stats are telling us that as far as the possession goes, it's Argentina actually who've had 58% to England's 42. Well, just to sum up how the game's gone so far, the XG, which is always a good indication of how a game is panning out. Both teams' XG at the moment is 0.00. I'm not entirely sure I've ever got this far in a game where both teams are at 0.00. There really hasn't been anything. There have been no shots on target. There have been no shots whatsoever from either side. It's been very, very cagey. It's been very competitive, I think is the word I've used. I think the referee's done well actually not to have dished out a yellow card or two, because if he had dished out one very early on, he would have set the trend for the rest of this game, and there would have been probably 4 or 5 that would have been dished out by now. But as it stands, he hasn't, and I think the referee, who is Ismail El Fath of America, has done the right thing, if I'm honest for that. So Argentina, 16 times Copa America champions, and 3 times champions of the world, of course, looking to make it for a 4th time. England looking to make it for a 2nd. There will be, once again, no new name on the trophy this year. There's 8 previous winners, of course, and there's only 3 teams left now. Argentina, who've won it 3 times previously, and Spain and England, who both won it once. Those 8 winners, just a reminder: Brazil 5 times, Italy 4, Germany 4, Argentina 3, France 2, Uruguay 2, and Spain and England both once. Spain were the last team to add their name to the prestigious list of champions. And I did mention about Thomas Tuchel earlier, looking to become the first foreign coach to win it. Well, the last time there was a foreign coach in the final. That was actually in 1978. That was actually against Argentina. Ernst Happel, the Austrian coach who managed the Dutch, who of course had back-to-back defeats in 1974 and 1978. So it's been a long time. What's that, 48 years now since there was a foreign coach in the final. But Thomas Tuchel, well, I'd say so far so good. I mean, it's kind of, I don't think either team will probably feel they've particularly got the upper hand. It's very cagey, almost like a game of chess at the moment. I don't think either team is going to run out comfortable winners here this evening. It could be the odd goal that wins it. Let's hope it doesn't go down to the dreaded penalties. That's the one thing we do hope. So 27 minutes on the clock. England 0, Argentina 0. Remember, you can follow the match on your national broadcast. You are listening to independent studio-based off-tube commentary of the second semi-final here between England and Argentina in the Atlanta Stadium in Georgia, which did host the 2019 Super Bowl. And game gets underway again after the first hydration break. And Jordan Pickford plays out for the back and gives it away. Can Argentina take advantage? Julian Alvarez edge of the penalty area, and in the end, I think he was in two minds, Alvarez, as to whether to shoot or whether to try and play it through to Messi. And in the end, he sort of played a ball towards Messi, but with far too much pace, because I think he still had in his head the idea of going for the shot. And in the end, it came to nothing. It goes behind. It's a goal kick for England. Pickford goes long down the centre, looking for Jude Bellingham, and Bellingham goes down this near side, receiving the ball from Reece James, but it's gone out of play off of Jude Bellingham. England, or Reece James I think it was complaining about the free kick. It didn't happen, and Thomas Tuchel is a very animated man on the touchline at the moment. Is Paredes. He's closed down by Kane, and in the end he plays it square to Romero, and Romero goes all the way back to Emi Martinez inside the D. Martinez, well, he said a goodbye, didn't he, to Aston Villa after the last season, and then he ended up playing for Villa again. There's still question marks over whether Emi Martinez will be at Villa Park next season. It remains to be seen. Thought about kicking long, but just plays it low to Christian Romero and then gets the ball back. Again, this is one of the times where England are just happy to just step off the Argentinians. And so Emi Martinez again just walks it out of his penalty area, steadies himself, and then drills it long, right-footed down the centre. There's the header clear from Jed Spence, but Argentina have picked up the pieces through Simeone. Down the line it goes, and then it's overran, in fact. Out of play it goes, and England have a throw in middle inside the Argentinian half down the England left. Spence back to Gueye. Gueye knocks it on to Elliot Anderson, who can bring this ball forward towards the halfway line for England. Kane in a very deep position. We see this so often with Kane, and then he picks the pass. He goes long, searching. Reece James rushing down towards the corner flag, but he doesn't get there first, but he does win himself a throw-in because Tagliafico puts it out of play. So England have a throw-in, level with the edge of the Argentinian penalty area down the England right. Back it goes to John Stones, just inside the Argentinian half square to his left, and Anderson. Anderson's going to clip one over towards Jed Spence, who's made a good start down that left-hand side for England, onto Anthony Gordon. Got to be careful here, Gordon. In between two Argentinian players, wants the free kick. It's gone the other way, in fact. He lost it, and I think he thought he'd won the free kick, Anthony Gordon. It didn't happen, and it's Argentina who have the free kick in the end, and they go all the way back once more to Emi Martinez. We are at the half-hour mark, and we're still awaiting our first shot of the game. Now, when I say shot, I don't just mean shot on target, I mean shot of any sort. Nobody has had a shot yet in the first half an hour. It's England 0, Argentina 0, as Argentina come forward down this left-hand side, just shy of the halfway line. Alvarez in a deep position. What a goal that was from him in that last round. It's a second Argentinian goal in that victory against Switzerland. Messi clips one out towards the near side. Tagliafico, a little bit of space midway inside the England half. Low ball left-footed back towards the halfway line. Martinez goes square to Paredes inside the centre circle. It's going to go long. He spotted the run of, I think it was Simeone, but it's got far too much on it. Goes behind, goal kick for England. 31 minutes played. England, who started off in Group L, they beat Croatia by 4-2. That was a really exciting sort of front foot game, that one. It really was, particularly England's second half performance caught the eye particularly this first sort of 15-20 minutes of that second half, as Bellingham does really well over on the far side for England. Brilliant play by Jude Bellingham. Now midway inside the Argentinian half, cuts in field, racing towards the edge of the penalty area, wants a free kick. He's going to get a free kick as well. Foul by Romero, and this is in a promising position, this for England. First we've really seen of Bellingham having to pick the ball up pretty much on the halfway line and then driving out towards the left-hand channel, then cutting inside towards the edge of the penalty area, drawing the foul from Tottenham's Christian Romero. And it's probably too far out for a shot, this one, but it's certainly an opportunity for the likes of Declan Rice to clip one in towards the danger zone. 32 minutes played here in Atlanta. England 0, Argentina 0. And indeed, we've got Declan Rice and Reece James. So you've got the right foot option, the left foot option, but surely it's going to be Rice from this position to left of centre. It's all of about 35-40 yards from goal, and it's pretty much in line with the left-hand side of the penalty area. But if there's one man that can deliver a dangerous and delicious delivery, it's Declan Rice. Reece James indeed has walked away, so it will be the Arsenal man. The Argentinian defensive line is just inside the 18-yard line. Now Rice, he's had one corner so far. Can he deliver here from a free kick? In it comes towards the far post, and John Stones, I think, got his head on it at the far post, but couldn't divert it towards goal. It goes behind. It's a goal kick. Another good delivery, though, from Rice. You can't argue with the delivery. A couple of players ended up on the floor. And I think that, to be fair, there was a push, I think, there by Morgan Rogers. I think if something had come of that, I think it probably would have been ruled out for that push by Rogers on Tagliafico. Free kick, though, goal kick, I should say, to Argentina. Christian Romero right inside of the penalty area, and then whacked long in the end by Enzo Fernandez. It wasn't the prettiest ball in the world, but it might work out for Argentina because it's bouncing really awkwardly inside the England half. But in the end, Guay's done really, really well to draw the foul there from Simeone, and England will have a free kick. And before he has a free kick, I do wonder whether the referee Ismail Al-Fat is just having a word with Simeone and just going, right, I'm going to let that one go, but they're totting up, and if it continues like this, you're going to be the first in the book. As I said about 5-10 minutes ago, I would be absolutely amazed if Giuliano Simeone is not in the book before the night is out. 34 minutes on the clock, England 0, Argentina 0. Pickford out well outside of his penalty area, finds Stones. Slows it down to walking pace, John Stones. He's been out of club, of course, John Stones. Left Manchester City at the end of last season, and we've not heard anything since. But Stones has said he wants to concentrate on this tournament, and then we'll hear about things afterwards. That's a really lovely ball forward for England. Now, this could be promising, but in the end, it was well cleared by Martinez. But he's only cleared out towards the near side. Reece James clips it in towards the far post. He's got a little bit too much on it, though. And it will be the aforementioned Simeone in the right back position to clear for Argentina. Jed Spence does really well to close him down. Simeone is trying to shepherd it out for a goal kick, and he's going to lose the ball. Spence has done really well there and then overruns it. And Argentina indeed will clear down the line. But England have got it again. Scrappy from Argentina. Gordon onto Bellingham. Bellingham's gone down. He wants a free kick. Bellingham gets a free kick. Now, left-hand side of the penalty area. Another opportunity now for Declan Rice to swing one in 10 minutes before half-time. Really, really would work, though, by Jed Spence, because the foul by Molina, by the way, on Bellingham. But really, really good work from Jed Spence in the corner, really, as Simeone was looking just to shepherd the ball out. I think he just wanted to shepherd the ball out, either for a throw-in or a goal kick or something. And Jed Spence managed to pick his pocket, and he somehow found Bellingham. Bellingham then twisting, turning, using all of his skill, expertise, etc., to win this free kick for England. And it will actually be Reece James to take this one. Yard or so to the left of the penalty area, about 20 yards from the byline. Reece James to take it for England. 36 minutes on the clock, still goalless. Reece James goes for goal in the end, and it's pushed clear by the goalkeeper. It's still in the mix. Bellingham, can he get his head on it? And in the end, Argentina have got it clear. I don't know if Bellingham Reece James meant to go for goal there, or whether he was just swinging it in, but it was on target, and it becomes our first shot on target in the whole match. Now Argentina will try and break. Messi holds the ball up over on the far side, goes in between two England players. Incredible skill from Messi, then draws the foul, and that'll be a free kick. And it's all getting rather silly because every time there's a foul at the moment, there's players just surrounding the referee. The yellow card is coming out. I'm not entirely sure who's going to get the yellow card. Messi showing his silky skills as usual, and Anderson's getting involved. England have got to be careful here. They don't want to get drawn into this. And we talked about the history of this fixture, and of course the last time these two sides met in the knockout stages of the World Cup, well, it's most famous probably for two things, but they're both English things, and England ended up losing the game. Michael Owen's incredible opening goal when he was a teenager, of course, but secondly, David Beckham's infamous sending off, and of course, the player who he kicked out to on that infamous evening in France was his son now plays for Argentina, of course, Diego Simeone. And first yellow card, it had to happen eventually. It's Elliot Anderson. I'll be honest, Elliot Anderson probably, for chopping down Messi, by the way, Anderson probably deserves a yellow, but there have been 3 or 4 that have been let go. Certainly Juliano Simeone, I'm amazed he's not gone into the book so far, but now that that precedent has been set, that could open the floodgates really. So both teams need to calm down. Free kick then is probably about 15 yards. It's probably all of about 50 yards from goal, just to right of centre. Messi is going to clip one in. It's just to right of centre, the England defensive line, just outside the 18-yard line. Can Messi deliver from here? It's not going to be a shot on goal, of course, but in the end, he just goes short and in towards his left-hand side, and Paredes then gets the ball back. Surprised that by Messi. Then makes the run towards the edge of the penalty area. Messi gets the shot in, it's blocked. And then another shot comes in. Oh, what an effort that was. Goodness me, over the bar it goes. Enzo Fernandez wants the corner, claiming either that it was tipped over by Pickford or that it took a deflection. He steadied himself, Fernandez, right-footed. Just looking at a replay of it now. No, Pickford didn't get a touch. It's about a yard over the bar. It's a shot. It's into the top corner. If it's still on target, it's at 1-0 Argentina. It's certainly the closest we've come to a goal so far. And it was Enzo Fernandez who, of course, got that dramatic winner against Egypt in that come-from-behind victory for Argentina when they were trailing by 2-0 in the round of 16. Argentina have possession again. 6 minutes to half-time. England 0, Argentina 0, and probably Argentina's best spell of the game. Last 2 or 3 minutes. That little run by Messi, followed by the free kick, which was worked well by Argentina. I'm not entirely sure that's what Messi had intended, that it was to end up at the feet of Enzo Fernandez, who used to have that shot, but it was certainly a shot that was flying from the Chelsea man and that had Jordan Pickford scrambling towards his right-hand side. Argentina go all the way back to Emi Martinez. Just slows it down. Just taking the ball back inside his penalty area, and again England just standing off, just happy to allow Argentina to have the ball, and in the end Martinez goes long down the centre. Away with the header clear. Anderson loops it up into the air, not particularly what England wanted, and he's put his team in potential trouble here, Anderson, but then gets another head on it. The ball still is up in the air, a little bit of head tennis, and in the end it's going to come down for Messi. Here's Messi, can he get the ball back? It goes out towards the right side of the penalty area, and there's Declan Rice to lash it clear and out of play for England. Throw into Argentina on the halfway line down their right. Good work by Rice. There were question marks over his involvement for 2 reasons, really more than anything else. It's questions over his fitness and his health as well. He has been poorly during the tournament, and some have suggested due to his antics, of course, for Arsenal this season, whether he was running on fumes really. But here he is, putting in another shift for his country. Argentina with possession. Julian Alvarez goes low right-footed all the way back towards the halfway line, and it's Christian Romero. On it goes to Molina. It's got Simeone towards his right side, but goes in field to Messi. Messi takes the ball in a stride, ball in his left foot, holds it up in between 2 England players. Finds Alvarez again, lovely ball out towards the inside left position, and eventually it comes out towards Tagliafico down this near side. Back in field to Martinez. Finds the number 9 Alvarez again, who works his way from left to right and then goes out towards Simeone again over on that far side. 2 England players around him. In field to Enzo Fernandez again. He's starting to see more of the ball, is Enzo Fernandez. He's going to be an important figure, you feel, for Argentina tonight. Messi comes deep again, picks the ball up 45 yards from goal. Goes out towards the far side following a 1-2 between himself and Enzo Fernandez, who does pick the ball up again over on the far side for Argentina. Back in field to Messi, trying to pull the strings now is Lionel Messi, but he's not going to pull the strings with a pass like that, and England can bring it clear. Now can they profit from that sloppy error from Messi. Well, there's going to be a free kick for a pull on Bellingham. I think it was inside the centre circle. And I did mention that once the first yellow card comes out, that's it. That's going to open up the floodgates, and that's exactly what's happened, because there's a tuck there. It was Morgan Rogers, actually. Sorry, not Bellingham. But the yellow card will go to Lisandro Martinez, and that immediately levels up that particular stat with 3 minutes to half-time, with Elliot Anderson being booked for England, Martinez for Argentina. 3 to half-time, plus whatever stoppage time. England 0, Argentina 0. Jed Spence over on the far side, midway inside the Argentinian half, ball on his right foot, pokes it down the line to Bellingham, and he goes all the way back towards the halfway line. It's Guay inside the centre circle, square to his right, and John Stones. Reece James pedals back towards the halfway line to receive that ball, and on it goes to Morgan Rogers, but that's a poor touch by the Villa man, and Argentina have it once more. Poked out towards the far side by Enzo Fernandez, and Molina over the halfway line, back in field again to Fernandez. Infield it goes to Messi, who's continually coming deeply in on Messi. Goes in between two England players, but Anderson wins it back, draws the foul. Good work again from Elliot Anderson. Wants to take a quick one and does so. Bellingham now. Bellingham in between two Argentinian players. He's so difficult to knock off the ball, but in the end, he quite easily lost possession through Christian Romero. Good work by the Spurs man. And Argentina go all the way back to Emi Martinez. Now it's the other Martinez, of course, the defender, Lisandro from Manchester United. Back towards the edge of the penalty area it goes. Here's Martinez again. And now Paredes. Paredes ball with the outside of the boot. Lovely one as well towards the far side. Molina. On it goes to Simeone. Fernandez comes deep. It's down the line though. Simeone will chase. He gets there ahead of Guay. And Guay does really well actually. Just gets a foot on it, Guay. But also he manages to ricochet it back off the Argentinian player. Really, really good work there by the Manchester City centre-back. Thrown to England. Deep inside their own half, down the left-hand side. Jed Spence to take it. Just over a minute of the 45 to half-time. A really, really tight encounter, this one. Goalless in Atlanta. Down the line goes the throw for England. Here's Kane. Anderson goes back out towards Jed Spence. Spence all the way back to the left-hand side of the penalty area. Mark Guay turns and goes back to Pickford. Pickford low out to John Stones. He's right-hand side of the penalty area. He's got Reece James ahead of him down this near side, but he cuts infield slightly. There's plenty of grass to run into for Stones. In the end, he just gives it to Anderson on his left-hand side, who then finds Jed Spence over on that far side. Just shy of the halfway line for England. He's going to go long down the centre. Bellingham will give chase, but he won't get there first because there is Martinez to clear out a play for England. Throw in just inside the Argentinian half down the England left. Spence again to take it. Guay. Spence again. Back to Anderson, left-hand side of the centre circle. He's going to go long, drills it right-footed, and he's got too much on it. Reece James stuck out the right leg, but he was never going to get on the end of it, and it goes out of play, and it's an Argentinian throw in their left-back position. And we're still goalless here in Atlanta. And the hold-up is down this near side. Tagliafico had two balls to choose. I don't know why he didn't just choose one and seemed to suggest to the lines, well, which one should I throw it with? Either one. They're both footballs. Argentina take the throw in. England want a free kick. Bellingham went down, but too easily for the referee's liking, and Argentina have it again over on the far side. There's going to be just the 3 minutes to add on. And that's caused, of course, by the hydration break. England want it back over on the far side. Kane pokes it towards the edge of the penalty. Argentina get it half clear, but Rice picks it up again. Midway inside the Argentinian half. Reece James now in a central position. Goes back to Rice, who goes square to Anderson, and then it goes all the way back to John Stones. Stones spots Jed Spence in space over on that far side. Just held up by Simeone. Goes back in field to Guay. So 3 minutes of added on time. We're into the first of those now. And it looks, unless there's a dramatic end to this first half, as if we're going in goalless at half-time. But can England find something here before the break with Reece James twisting, turning down this near side, goes down the line, and it's come off of Julian Alvarez, who tried to win the ball off of Rice. There's now two balls on the pitch, so we'll have a little hold-up. England will have a throw-in midway inside the Argentinian half down the right-hand side, which Reece James finally does take and finds Elliot Anderson. Back it goes to Guay inside the centre circle. Anderson has it again. Really good first half by Elliot Anderson, but disappointed with that yellow card. Here's Reece James again, level with the edge of the penalty area, back to Rice. Rice ball on his right boot, and then Morgan Rogers tries to get involved. He's been quiet, to be fair, Morgan Rogers, in this first half. Much of England's good work has been down the left-hand side through Spence and Gordon. Here's Rogers, though. Just holds it up. Needs some support. Finds Reece James, and Reece James turns and goes all the way back towards the halfway line with John Stones. Stones under a little bit of pressure from Messi. He's going to go all the way back to Pickford. Pickford's well outside of his penalty area. In fact, he's closer to the halfway line than he is his goal at the moment. Feeds Elliot Anderson. Anderson's going to go long down the centre. That could be a good ball, and it was a good ball. But his offside flag is up. And it'll be a free kick for Argentina, just on the edge of their own penalty area. And it was Morgan Rogers, who is just strayed, just found himself in a more central position, Morgan Rogers. But just strayed beyond the last defender. Final minute of stoppage time, and Argentina have this free kick, which will be taken by Leandro Paredes. Floats one out towards this near side, beautifully brought down as well by Tagliafico. Back it goes to Martinez. Here's Enzo Fernandez, low up to Tagliafico, down the line. Alvarez, this is nice from Argentina. They want a free kick. They're going to get a free kick, are they? No, they're not. And I think the referee's got that absolutely right, because Enzo Fernandez, to me, looked like he went down far too easily. Ball is cleared for Argentina out towards this near side. Is that a high boot there on Reece James? That'll be a free kick for England on the halfway line, and I think that'll be pretty much that for a very, very cagey but intriguing first 45 here in Atlanta. England 0, Argentina 0, and 57% possession in favour of the Argentinians. Didn't feel right there. And 2 shots from the Argentinians, just the one for England, who are coming forward with Anthony Gordon. There might just be one last opportunity, and they might get a corner here, actually. The cross comes in, and in fact, as the half-time whistle already gone, I think the cross came in, and the ball hits Enzo Fernandez. I'm sure it did, looped over the bar, but the referee's half-time whistle has already gone. And it's all to play for here in the second semi-final for the right to play Spain in the final on Sunday. It's anyone's guess. Half-time here in the Atlanta Stadium, Georgia. It's England 0, Argentina 0, back in 15 for the second half.
Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page.
Teams out for the second half of this second semi-final here between England and Argentina. A cagey first 45, a very competitive first 45, but no goals. And to be fair, no real big moments either. It's a bit of a tense one, this first 45, as teams come out for the second period here in the Atlanta Stadium here in Georgia. And I'll give you the lineups as was at start of play for England. It's Jordan Pickford in goal, back four from left to right. Spence, Guay, Stones and Reece James. Elliot Anderson and Declan Rice in midfield. Behind Gordon on the left, Morgan Rogers on the right and Bellingham off of Harry Kane. For the Argentinians, Emi Martinez in goal, back four from left to right of Tagliafico, Martinez, Romero and Molina. The midfield quartet of McAllister, Fernandez, Simeone and Paredes, and Messi and Alvarez up top. Doesn't look like there have been any changes at half-time as Lionel Messi just adjusts his captain's armband. England are going to get us underway in this second half, playing in the all-white. They'll be playing from right to left in the second half as we look. Argentina are in a change strip. They've got the sort of dark blue with the light blue, well, it's almost an off-black really colour, with the very dark blue specs as well. It's a very dark kit with the black shorts and the black socks. Our referee is Ismail El Fath. Remember, of course, if we're level after 90 minutes, as we are at the moment, we'll have extra time, and then if we're still level, we'll have the dreaded penalties to see who will play Spain on Sunday in the final. Remember, you can follow the match on your national broadcast. You are listening to independent, studio-based off-tube commentary of this second semi-final between England and Argentina. Game gets underway at the start of the second half, although no it doesn't, because the referee wants it taken again for some strange reason. England took the kick-off through Declan Rice. The ball went back to Pickford, and I'm not entirely sure why, but the referee was not particularly happy, and we'll start all over again. The referee in the red top with the black shorts and the black socks. We get underway, and in that first 45 minutes, the Argentinians just shaded the possession, 55 to 45. We had 3 shots in total. We're still waiting for our first shot on target from either side as Argentina come forward. He is Julian Alvarez over the halfway line. Needs some support here. Alvarez finds it in the form of McAllister, but had to go behind himself to find the Liverpool man. Now it's inside the centre circle with Martinez. McAllister again, just closed down by Harry Kane, goes back to Martinez again, swoops one out towards Molina down this near side. Down the line it goes, gets the ball back from Simeone. The ball's just slightly behind him, so just to play it back inside his own half, just to retain possession. And it's Paredes now Martinez. First time ball by McAllister out towards the far side, and that gives Tagliafico a run down the left-hand side for Argentina. Back in field to McAllister. McAllister all the way back towards the halfway line. Early possession at the start of this second for the Argentinians. A couple of yellow cards to tell you about. Elliot Anderson for England and Alessandro Martinez for the Argentinians. He's pretty lenient, certainly in the first half an hour or so, our referee, and took his time to dish out the first one as Argentina go all the way back to goalkeeper Emi Martinez. England do have the likes, of course, of Ezet, Konza, Madueke, O'Reilly, Rashford, Saka on the bench. The Argentinians themselves have DePaul, Gonzalez, Lo Celso, Medina, Toro Martinez, among others. Argentina go long, headed down towards this near side, and Julian Alvarez has it inside the penalty area. Big opportunity, going to get the shot away. Good save by Jordan Pickford. Personal, real big moment of this semi-final. And Jordan Pickford stands tall, but they'll come again, Argentina, and again it's Julian Alvarez, this time into the side netting, and I think it's taken a little deflection and gone behind. Is it for a corner? Indeed it has, but Pickford makes the save. And it was Julian Alvarez who broke free inside the penalty. It was a tight angle, and he just tried to go for pace. He just tried to drill it as hard as he could towards that near post, and Pickford stood strong, pushed it clear, and then the rebound eventually comes back to the Atletico Madrid man, and he's hit the side netting, but it took a little nick, I think, off of Jed Spence, and has gone behind for Argentina's second corner of the evening. Messi to take from this near side, left-footed in swinging. Good start to the second half here from the Argentinians. Messi's going to go short, but he goes short and long across the edge of the 18-yard line, then gets the ball back down this near side, left-hand side of the penalty area, ball on his left foot. There's the cross from Messi, and John Stones gets ahead on it to get it clear. Headed back into the mix by Martinez, but England can get it clear, and they might have a break on here if Anthony Gordon can win it. He can't, and it's played down the line for Argentina, and suddenly Messi's in business here, and Messi can't get around I think it's Bellingham in the end back defending. Indeed it was. Tried to knock it past him, but Bellingham just stood strong. It's gone out. It's a goal kick, but that's the first big moment of this semi-final. Certainly that opportunity for Julian Alvarez. Could have gone across the keeper, but it was very tight for him to try to play it across Jordan Pickford, and just went for pure power in the end at the near post. I think Pickford knew what was coming, but he stood strong, and the Everton goalkeeper pushed it clear. And it remains goalless here, 3.5 minutes into the second half here in Atlanta, Georgia, between England and Argentina. Declan Rice pokes it back down towards the far side. Here's John Stones. Stones is closed down, but retains possession. And it goes all the way back to the Pickford. Pickford clears out towards this near side. There's the header clear for Argentina. And that's a sloppy touch as well by Enzo Fernandez. Can Gordon take advantage of it? Argentina get it clear towards the halfway line, but England have picked it up again. Now this is better from England. Spence, left-hand side of the penalty area, down towards the byline he goes. Can he get the cross in? He can, but there's nobody there in an England shirt. It is put out of play, though, by Martinez. Throw into England, level at the edge of the penalty area down the left. Bellingham has the ball, but I don't think he'll be taking it. Indeed, the Real Madrid man just back heels it out towards this near side, and it will be Jed Spence, who's had a really good game for England down this left-hand side, linking up well with Anthony Gordon, and he's got the throw in here, and he finds Gordon as well. Doesn't quite find an England player, and Argentina can get the ball clear. They've lost it though. Now Rice picks it up, finds Anthony Gordon. Gordon could have got the ball into the box there, and in the end England have gone all about towards the halfway line. There were England players lurking on the edge of the penalty area. Guay has it now, just inside the Argentinian half. Good response this from England to that early pressure from Argentina at the start of the second, and that opportunity for Julian Alvarez. Eventually they've worked it out towards Morgan Rogers, right hand side of the penalty area. Rogers twisting, turning. Can he get the ball into the box? He gets a low ball into the box, and it's cleared by Lisandro Martinez at the near post, just on the edge of the 6-yard area. Over towards the far side. The ball is just about kept in play, but it's the Argentinians who've won it, as Reece James was battling for it. Back towards the edge of the penalty area it goes, and that's a really quick feat by Christian Romero, because he was closed down so quickly by Jude Bellingham, but they found a way out. Here's Enzo Fernandez out towards McAllister. McAllister now just shy of the halfway line, leaves it for Messi. Messi's going to go long, left-footed, over the top it goes. It's one to chase, and it's Simeone who's going to chase, but Jed Spence is there, and Jed Spence clears down the line. It's a really good clearance, and it might find Bellingham, and it does find Bellingham on the halfway line. Bellingham surely was having his shirt pulled there. It's going to be a yellow card, and rightly so, on the halfway line as England tried to break. Long ball forward from Spence. I don't think it was intended for Jude Bellingham, but my goodness, it found him. And Bellingham turned on the halfway line, and Christian Romero had his arms around his midriff, almost cuddling the Real Madrid man. And England have a free kick 6 minutes into the second half, and Christian Romero picks up the third yellow card of the game. 2-1, that particular stat in favour of the Argentinians, but the only stat that matters in football is still dead level. It's goalless here in the semi-final. Elliot Anderson now, lovely ball out towards this near side to Anthony Gordon. Now then, Can he take on the fullback? Cuts in field slightly. It's half cleared by the Argentinians, but Anderson will pick it up again. He's had a really good game, Elliot Anderson, under pressure. And he goes all the way back to Pickford, who's well outside his penalty area. And Jordan Pickford sets England on their way again. It's such a tight game, this. You do wonder whether just one goal might just be enough to get through to that final on Sunday against the European champion Spain. Of course, it could be a repeat of the Euro final from a couple of years ago when England lost that particular game to Spain. Spence down this near side has lost possession. No, he's not, because the referee has given a foul there against Simeone. He thought he won the ball fair and square. I wouldn't mind seeing that again. He jumped in to Jed Spence, who, again, I reiterate, is having a fantastic game down this left-hand side for England, and pleased to say he's back on his feet. Let's have a look at this one. Did he win the ball, Simeone? Well, there's a flailing arm from Simeone. That's resulted in the free kick. England have lost it, and Argentina have it midway inside the England half. Is Molina 1-2 between himself and Enzo Fernandez. He's been really good in midfield for Argentina this evening. I think he's been their standout performer, actually. Fairly quiet one for Lionel Messi thus far. That could change very quickly as Julian Alvarez brings it forward, edge of the penalty area, knocks it out towards the far side. And Tagliafico thought about the ball into the box, thinks better of it, and in the end Argentina retain possession but work it from left to right, and eventually it reaches the feet of Simeone down this near side, almost level with the edge of the penalty area. Infield to Messi, finds Enzo Fernandez. Now Enzo Fernandez, two England players around him, manages to smuggle it up to Simeone again, down the line. This is good from Argentina. There's the ball into the box. It's pinballing around, and in the end it's Anthony Gordon who gets it clear, but only finds an Argentinian shirt, and the Argentinians are coming again. Martinez now, midway inside the England half, goes square to his right, and Paredes. Now Enzo Fernandez once more. There's that ball out to Simeone. Simeone level with the edge of the penalty area again, elects not to play it in, and in the end, I'm not even sure what that was from Leandro Paredes. We'll call it a shot come cross. It ended up as close to the corner flag as it did to the goal. It's gone behind, and it's a goal kick for England. We played 9 minutes at the start of this second half. England 0, Argentina 0. England's fourth semi-final. They won in '66 and of course went on to win it. It's the only final they've been in, and they've lost the other two. 1990 to West Germany, the eventual winners, in 2018 to Croatia, who ended up losing the final to France. Argentina, well, their semi-final record is pretty scary. Played 6-1-6. They've never lost a semi. Won 3 finals and lost 3 finals. Long ball for England. This could work out. Declan Rice picks up the pieces. Morgan Rogers right side of the penalty. There's the cross towards Fabian. There's the goal! And England take the lead. And it's smuggled in at the far post by Anthony Gordon. And England have the opener here in Atlanta. It could be a huge goal to send England through to their first final since 1966. It's Anthony Gordon in the 55th minute with the hugest of goals for England. They've taken the lead here in Atlanta 10 minutes into the second half. Brilliantly worked goal. And Morgan Rogers, who was brought into the side, there were a few eyebrows that were raised when he was on the starting lineup. Well, I tell you what, he's paid dividends for Thomas Tuchel. The ball forward, it was just a long ball forward. The Argentinians didn't deal with it. Declan Rice picked up the pieces out towards the right-hand side of the penalty area. Morgan Rogers with a lovely ball, an inviting ball towards the far post. And Anthony Gordon arrives and just taps it in from about 4 yards out. He won't get a simpler finish. He gets there ahead of the Argentinian defender and nonchalantly, more than anything else, tucks it away. And 10 minutes into the second half, it's England 1, Argentina 0 here in Atlanta. And it's the man who will be joining Barcelona, of course, at the start of the new season. He was Newcastle's Anthony Gordon. It's England 1, Argentina 0, and I can confirm there was a little bit of a VAR check there, but everything is A-OK. That goal will stand. I think it was for an offside. It certainly wasn't, as that ball was played forward when it came back to Declan Rice. A lovely ball out towards the right-hand side of the penalty, and I think the check there was for Rogers. Rogers definitely onside, unquestionably there. And England possibly, potentially, a little bit against the run of play, actually. The Argentinians have probably started the second half the better team, but that's the all-important moment, that goal for Anthony Gordon. And Gordon becomes only the 4th Englishman to score in this tournament, of course. 6 from Bellingham, 6 from Harry Kane. One from Marcus Rashford, of course, who came on the bench against Croatia to score. And now his 4th goal for his country. And unquestionably, he won't have scored a more important one. They're rattled at the moment here, are the Argentinians. They've given the ball away, but England can't take advantage of it, and Argentina can get it clear. Messi, oh, superb from Messi now. Enzo Fernandez is going to poke it on. England are in trouble here. Simeone inside the penalty area. Still Simeone. Oh, what a challenge by Jed Spence, who celebrates the challenge as if he scored a goal, and rightly so, because Simeone was just about to pull the trigger. Clean through on goal. He gets back. He's got to time that challenge right. If he doesn't, he could give away a penalty, and he slides in on Simeone and puts the ball behind for a corner to Argentina. England have got to be careful though. They were caught really cold there, and it all really came about because Messi's brilliant turn on the halfway line to set Enzo Fernandez free. His ball on towards Simeone, and suddenly Simeone was bearing down on goal. Corner then. Messi again is going to go with that short one across the edge of the 18-yard line. Gets the ball back again. First time ball into the box. There's the header clear. I think it was Kane, of all people, heading it clear at the near post. Gone out of play, and it'll be an Argentina throw in midway inside the England half down this near side. Here's Paredes. England got to be careful. There's a long way to go in this game as far as sitting back on this lead. I did say that the game being as tight as it could just be one goal that separates the two teams, and it may well be. But here's Messi. Back to Paredes, just outside the penalty area. Square to his left and Martinez. England do well just to push Argentina back a little bit here. Still with possession are Lino Scaloni's men. The reigning champions, of course. Here's Messi onto McAllister. Out towards Simeone again, down this near side. Simeone infield towards Enzo Fernandez. He's advancing towards the edge of the penalty area and then loops the ball in towards the penalty area. Enzo Fernandez, but he gets way too much on it. And Jordan Pickford just watches it sail towards the right-hand side, his right-hand post and behind. And it's a goal kick for England. Let's just get our breaths. England 1, Argentina 0. Anthony Gordon, 55 minutes on the clock when Anthony Gordon stuck that one away. Morgan Rogers with the assist and paying back the faith that Thomas Tuchel has shown in the Aston Villa man by starting him. There were a lot of questions, weren't there, about that right side as to whether it would be Madueke or whether it would be Saka. Well, it was neither of them. England got to be careful. They've given the ball away again inside their own half. Messi inside the penalty area. Still Lionel Messi, and he's pushed away from goal, and England managed to smuggle it clear, but Argentina will come again. McAllister, edge of the penalty area. 3 England players around him. Will it come through to Messi? No, it won't, and England will get it clear, and in the end, Harry Kane just does the captain's job and just says, right, let's start again, guys. Put the ball out of play. Throw into Argentina. They'll come again. It already feels like it's the last 5 minutes of the game here. Messi. Ball towards the edge of the penalty area. Julian Alvarez. There's plenty left of the Argentinians yet. Don't worry about that. They're not going to go down without a fight. We've seen that already in this tournament when they've faced adversity. The reigning champion, Simeone, right inside of the penalty area. And there's the cross, and John Stones gets enough on it to get it clear and out towards the far side, but it'll be retrieved by Tagliafico for Argentina. Back to Martinez. Now Enzo Fernandez trying to pull the strings, 35 yards from goal, just to right of centre, goes out towards the inside right position for Molina. Back in field it goes. Argentina camped inside the England half. It really does have a feel of 5 minutes left, not 30 minutes to go. There's a long, long way to go in this game, but Argentina are pushing and England are holding firm at the moment. Absolutely leading by a goal to nil, thanks to Anthony Gordon's tap in from that wicked cross from Morgan Rogers. Enzo Fernandez, edge of the penalty. He's going to get a shot in here. Enzo Fernandez is always rising, and it's into the crowd towards our right-hand side, and it's behind, and we are at the hour mark now. England 1, Argentina 0. England looking for another final, of course. It's been a really fruitful period for the England national team, hasn't it? They made 2 Euro finals in a row. They were unfortunate, both of those, lost both of those. Italy, they lost on penalties. The 2020 Euros, which was delayed due to the COVID pandemic, was played in 2021, and of course they had home advantage, of course, in that final against Italy at Wembley, losing on penalties eventually after a 1-1 draw, and then that defeat a couple of years ago to Spain in the Euros. And at the moment it could well be a repeat of that Euro final from 2 years ago. England against Spain. The England team fought miraculously on that day, but the Spanish, with just too much class in the end, came through by 2-1. But they're leading here by 1-0. But Messi, if anybody could turn things around, it's likely to be this man. Has the ball at his foot as he just glides around Bellingham, still continues towards the edge of the penalty area. Messi again, a couple of 1-2s, half cleared. Enzo Fernandez picks it up, goes out towards the left-hand side of the penalty area. They go back in field again with Martinez. Now McAllister, edge of the penalty area. So many white shirts around him. He manages to poke it back to a blue shirt. Now Julian Alvarez. England have got everybody back. They've got 6 men across the 18-yard line at the moment, and they've got it half clear out towards his near side. Molina will bring it down from the sky and set Argentina on their way again as they search out this equaliser here in Atlanta. Messi, McAllister in field, out towards the inside right position again, and Molina thought about the cross, thinks better of it, goes back in field again. It might well be a back-to-the-wall performance here for England from here on in, and hoping to pick off the Argentinians maybe on the break if and when they do pinch the ball back. And they have pinched the ball back actually over on the far side, but Reece James, all he's done is just get it clear and put it out of play over on the, in fact it'll stay in play actually. Martinez will chase back, looks like we're going out for a throw, a little bit of spin on the ball, just keeps it in play and allows Argentina to be set on their way once again. 63 minutes now on the clock. Messi, lovely turn in between two England players, half cleared again by England, but they can't get out at the moment. Jed Spence loops it clear, but that's only going to go out towards the far side. And they just need to bring the ball down and just have a little bit of possession here, England. There's a ball to chase for Morgan Rogers over on the far side, but the Villaman's not going to get there because Lisandro Martinez is first to the ball. He goes back to the man with the same name as himself, Emiliano Martinez in goal. Now it's Giuliano Simeone down this near side. Ball's gone out of play. It's come off of an England player. It's a quick throw in taken for Argentina towards the right side of the penalty area. Here's Simeone, but well, did they take the... Oh, there's a rolling ball, so they're going to take the throw in again. I did wonder whether it was a foul throw, but it wasn't. It was just... Referee not happy anyway. 64 minutes. Our referee is Ismail El Fat. First change then, and it's unsurprisingly that it's the team that are behind at the moment. Paredes is going to be replaced by Nico Gonzalez. Is it? Indeed it is. The number 15 for Argentina. The Juventus man plays in Serie A. Of course, that's the first change for either side with 26 minutes left on the clock. England sticking with their starting 11 at the moment, and why should they? They are in the ascendancy here in Atlanta, leading by that Anthony Gordon goal. Here comes Simeone again down this near side. Enzo Fernandez, now McAllister, pushed back by Declan Rice. Done well there, Rice. Still with Argentina though. Martinez inside left position, steadying himself. He's going to get the cross in here. No, he's not. Thinks better of it. Goes back to Enzo Fernandez. And Fernandez finds Messi just outside the D. Messi clips one towards the far post. There's the header across the 6-yard area, and there's an important header there for England to get the ball clear. And it might well have been Mark Guay, I think it was. There's definitely high fives between Guay and John Stones. Just looking at a replay of it, it's a lovely ball by Messi towards the far post. It's John Stones actually with the header. The header across the 6-yard area. First touch actually for Gonzalez off the bench, in field, in towards that 6-yard area. And it was Tagliafico battling with it with John Stones, but Stones, really good defending by him, gets to it first. Eventually the ball goes out of play. Goal kick for England. Here's Pickford. It's going to go long. Now towards this near side, looking for Jed Spence. Bellingham can't get it on towards Anthony Gordon. Argentina clear long, but it's only to Guay. Lovely work by Guay as well. On it goes to Bellingham over the halfway line. Jed Spence, he's got Anthony Gordon ahead of him, the goal scorer. Kane in a really deep position. Kane midway inside zone. Harvey spotted the run over the far side. What a lovely ball as well. Brought down beautifully by Reece James. Now Reece James going to get the cross, and there's two England players in there. Comes back to Rice. Low ball into the box. And in the end, it's grabbed by Emi Martinez, who bowls it out quickly for Argentina towards Enzo Fernandez. But Declan Rice picks his pocket. Brilliant from Rice. Now then, Declan Rice, on he goes towards the edge of the penalty area. Gives it to Kane. Kane's going to try and get the shot in. It's taken a deflection. It'll just trickle through to Emi Martinez. I don't know if it was a cross or a shot there from Rice some moments ago. It was on target, but I think he was just sort of trying to play the ball into the penalty area, into the danger zone in the hope that somebody could get on the end of it. It wasn't to be. Free kick to Argentina. Here's Messi getting even deeper. He's inside his own half now. Lionel Messi brings it over the halfway line. He's got Molina making a run to his left-hand side. Messi continues. Still Messi. Still Messi. Lovely ball left-hand side of the penalty area. The cross back towards Messi, and Declan Rice, no fuss at all, volleys it behind for a corner for Argentina, their fourth of the evening. And Rice is putting in a usual Declan Rice shift. You wouldn't expect anything less. He's giving absolutely everything. And this corner, I assume Messi will take it. He tends to take them regardless of which side they're coming from for Argentina. And here is indeed Lionel Messi, the joint top scorer, of course, in the tournament, 8 goals himself and Mbappe. Here's the corner, left-footed. England get it clear towards the edge of the penalty and volleyed clear by Bellingham. Argentina, though, will have it again, and they'll come again. Here's Martinez, at 35 yards from goal. A little bit of space now. On it goes towards Simeone. Can he get the cross? It'll be another corner. Good work by Elliot Anderson on this occasion, as turning on the right-hand side of the penalty area for Argentina was Tagliafico, who'd found himself on the right-hand side to win Argentina's 5th corner of the evening. And again, Messi, who's trying so hard to get more and more involved and more influential in this game, is going to take this latest corner. He's taken quite a few of them short. Looks like he's going to swing this one in. Indeed he does. There it comes, and England will get it clear. Volleyed clear long by goalscorer Anthony Gordon. Again, Argentina will pick up the pieces. Nobody there at an England shirt. Goes out towards this near side again, and Messi steadies himself. Messi, left-footed ball in. What a ball in there. Oh, what a save by Jordan Pickford. Oh, my goodness me. The ball from Messi was on the money, and the header pushed clear by Jordan Pickford when it seemed certain that Argentina were going to equalise. It was the substitute, Nico Gonzalez, either side of Pickford, and it's a goal. It's just slightly too close to Pickford. I'll take nothing away from Jordan Pickford. It's a brilliant save. We've gone, by the way, for the hydration break. But what an important intervention from Jordan Pickford. Let's not forget, of course, his save as well from Julian Alvarez before England took the lead. They then did take the lead. 2 or 3 minutes later, Anthony Gordon finishing off a brilliant move which involved Declan Rice and Morgan Rogers. Since then, it's been all Argentina as they chase this equaliser. And the biggest moment being directly before this hydration break, with that cross from Messi, the header from the one and only substitutes, the only change we've seen so far, Nico Gonzalez heading down and pushed clear by Everton's Jordan Pickford, which means as we end the 3rd quarter, if you will, England 1, Argentina 0, 22 minutes plus stoppage time. England away from their first final in 60 years. 1966, of course, when they beat West Germany in that final on home turf, of course, 4-2 after extra time. And Argentina, the reigning champions, well, that is a threat now, big time. Although we've seen that before, haven't we, in this tournament? They were 2-0 down, let's not forget, to the Egyptians with just over 10 minutes left. And by the final whistle, they'd won the game by 3-2. They scored 3 goals in a little over 10 minutes to turn that game around. But England at the moment holding firm, and this is a very different side. No disrespect to the Egyptian side, but this is a side full of class, full of experience. And as I mentioned earlier, a team used to being now in the latter stages of the big tournaments. A semi-final here, a semi-final 8 years ago. 2 finals, of course, in the Euros. 2 defeats, unfortunately, for them in those 2 finals against Italy and Spain. But it could be a repeat of that final 2 years ago in the Euros between England and Spain. If England can hang on to this precarious 1-0 lead. Just an update on the stats. It's possession-wise 61-39 in favour of Argentina. The expected goals, the XGs, England are at 0. Both teams under 1. England at 0.48, Argentina at 0.43. Total shots 7-4 in favour of the Argentinians. On target is 2 apiece. It's been a very, very tight game. A game that I did say from very, very early on could well be decided by 1 goal. Will it be that goal from Anthony Gordon in the 55th minute? Remember, you can Follow the match on your national broadcaster. You are listening to independent, studio-based offshoot commentary of the second semi-final here between England and Argentina, with England leading by a goal to nil and making a change. And it's no surprise to see Thomas Tuchel making a defensive change as well, because Anthony Gordon, the goal scorer, potentially the match winner, has been replaced, and he's been replaced by Aston Villa's Ezra Konsa. And I think Argentina are going to make a couple of changes as well, because in fact it's going to be 3 changes. Otamendi is being readied. That's one change, and also coming on is Gonzalo Montiel, who plays for River Plate. He plays for Argentina. 17 and 7 is up on the board as well, which means Rodrigo de Paul is going to come on in place of Simeone. So it's a triple change for the Argentinians. They've already made one change, remember, because they've already brought on Nico Gonzalez, who of course had that header that was saved by Pickford just before the hydration break. Lisandro Martinez has been replaced for Argentina, and the other player to go off, Otamendi on Molina, the number 26, has also been replaced. So 4 changes in this second period for Argentina, just the one for England. Ezra Konsa for Anthony Gordon, the goal scorer. Game has recommenced after the second half hydration break, with England leading by a goal to nil. That goal in the 55th minute. Beautifully worked goal as well for England, and it may, in a game as tight as this, may just be the goal to send England through to Sunday's final, which obviously would mean a repeat of the final 4 years ago. Would actually be the third place playoff, which will take place on Saturday night, that one. Don't forget the final, which will take place in New Jersey, New York Stadium, of course. Argentina with possession over the halfway line they come. What have they got left in them? The reigning champions. They're not going to give this one up easily, are they? Absolutely no denying that. They will try everything they can to get level. Enzo Fernandez, edge of the penalty area. And can these substitutes make a difference? Rodrigo de Paul is one of them, goes out towards the far side. Here's a crossing opportunity. Ball comes in. It's a lovely ball in, and it goes over everybody's head in the end. And England clear out of play. Throw in for Argentina. Level the edge of the penalty area down the right. And rushing across to take this one is Gonzalo Montiel, one of those 3 substitutes. And the referee, I assume, is not happy with the positioning of the throw-in, because he's asked him to take it again, which he has done. He's found de Paul. De Paul goes back towards the halfway line. Quite surprising not to have seen the introduction of Lautaro Martinez for Argentina. That's one of the changes I think we expected. It didn't happen. Still one they could make, of course, in the 90. Nino Scaloni could make another one. They've made 4. England still have a fresh 4 available if required. Leading by a goal to nil. We've seen what England can do when their backs are up against the wall in that match against Mexico, when they were down to 10 men, of course, when they held out for that 3-2 victory in the round of 32. Quite capable. Here's Messi. Into inside the England half, infield to Enzo Fernandez. If anything's going to happen for the Argentinians, you've got to imagine that either Messi or Enzo Fernandez, or maybe both, will be involved in it. Here is Enzo Fernandez, pokes it out towards this far side. The cross is going to come in. It's a lovely delivery. Oh, they've hit the post. The header hits the post. I think it was Julian Alvarez, and Pickford was beaten. And it's bounced clear out towards the far side. And Julian Alvarez can't believe how he's not equalised for Argentina. They'll come again, though, the Argentinians. Out towards this far side, England scrapping, ball into the box again, and Elliot Anderson gets ahead on it to get it clear for England. Now Kane, can he run it clear? No, he can't. There's no outlet for England at the moment, and Argentina will come again, and by the skin of their teeth, England are still leading this game by goal to nil, and the man who so nearly equalised has the ball. Julian Alvarez just outside the penalty. They've worked it out towards this right-hand side. Held up in the end by Montiel. There's the cross, and there's another header, and this one is a simple save for Jordan Pickford, but the previous one certainly was not. And on that occasion, I think it was Julian Alvarez's header, beat Jordan Pickford and came off the foot of the post. The latest header, I think, was McAllister. That one was straight at Pickford. Comfortable save for the Everton goalkeeper. Long ball forward for England. That's got too much on it, though. That's going to go through for a goal kick to Argentina. 14 minutes left on the clock. It was de Paul with the cross. It was a delicious cross. And It was actually Alexis McAllister. I thought it was Julian Alvarez. It was Alexis McAllister. He's got to score. He's hit the post. He's hit the base of the post. And only he'll know how he didn't equalise for Argentina. It was a gilt-edged header, actually, looking at it. It really was. He had a free header. England had completely left him. And the ex-Brighton man had the goal gaping and headed it off the foot of the post. Here come Argentina again with Messi in the inside right position. Eventually it comes out towards Montiel down this near side. It's going to go back in field again. Down the line as well. And towards De Paul. Camped inside the England half. Here's Enzo Fernandez. He goes square to his left. Messi's going to click one in towards the far post. There's the header. Oh, and it's wide. And another huge opportunity for the Argentinians. Pickford is going mad at his defence because De Paul came rushing in at the far post. Oh, and in fact, the offside flag was up and it wouldn't have counted. But a delicious ball in again from Messi. Let's just look at a replay of this one. Was he onside? No, I think he was on, actually. It's very, very tight. The last defender was Reece James, and there's the header. He just sort of tries to head it from the left-hand corner of the 6-yard area across goal into the far corner. It beats Pickford and just bounces a yard or so wide of the goalkeeper's left-hand post. He's living a charmed life at the moment in that goal, Jordan Pickford. England are McAllister with that gilt-edged header that hit the post, and then that one that eventually was, as I said, flagged off, but I don't think it was offside. I think if it had ended up in the back of the net, I don't think it would have saved England. 12 minutes plus stoppage time. England won Argentina, and it's all Argentina though. There's the ball down the left-hand side. That's a brilliant bit of defending to get the ball clear though for Konza. It's going to bounce out of play though. It'll be an Argentinian throw. Level with the edge of the penalty area down the Argentinian left. Quick one taken as well. And it goes all the way back towards the halfway line in the end. Romero on towards Messi again in this inside left position. He's lost possession there. Messi wants a free kick. He's not going to get it. And Morgan Rogers can run it clear now. If England players can get forward here, England might have a opportunity for a second. Still Morgan Rogers goes for the shot. Bit selfish in the end, I think. And it hits a Argentinian defender. And it's cleared towards the halfway line. And Elliot Anderson gives away possession. It's pretty much the first time he's done it. He's had a brilliant game, actually, Elliot Anderson. I think Rogers could have done more with that. There were England players getting forward, Kane and Bellingham being two of them. Not busting a gut, possibly, to get forward with England protecting this lead. But Rogers, in the end, went for the shot himself, workspace for the shot, but it hit the defender. I think it hit, might have been Christian Romero. Here come Argentina again down the right-hand side. Messi down the line. Here's Montiel. He's seen plenty of the balls that's coming on. Messi again. Goes infield to Romero. Is he going to clip one in? No, he just leaves it for Messi. Messi almost comes over and sort of tackles him in the end. Enzo Fernandez now, 35 yards from goal. Leaves it for Messi once more. They're just going to give it to Messi and just hope for the best, I think, here. And if anybody can deliver here, it will be this little man. Here he is, left-hand side of the penalty area this time. And England have got it clear out towards this near side. It'll be chased and it'll be retrieved, though, by Enzo Fernandez for Argentina. He goes for safety first, goes back to his goalkeeper, Emi Martinez. And Emi Martinez scoops it clear for Argentina. Tagliafico. On it goes to Gonzalez inside the centre circle now with Alexis McAllister, who had that huge opportunity to equalise for Argentina through that header that hit the post. Declan Rice just holding up Fernandez. It's floated out towards this near side. And a lovely ball back in field. Here's De Paul. Now it's played back. Here's the crossing opportunity. Fernandez. Messi back to goal outside the penalty area. Twisting, turning. Got two England players around him. They can't get the ball off him though. Smuggles it back to Enzo Fernandez. In comes the cross. They're shooting up at the far post. It's looped across the 6-yard area. And England get it clear towards the edge of the penalty area. I think there'll be a free kick as well as Harry Kane goes down. And that'll be a breather for England. The ball, I think somebody inside that penalty area. Martinez is going to come on now, by the way. Attempted the bicycle kick. Well, I did think he'd come on earlier, but he is coming on now. It's Lautaro Martinez making his 84th cap for his country. And in that time, he's got 39 goals. And ever did they need a goal from the Inter Milan man, it's now. And he's going to come on and replace Nico Tagliafico, the Lyon man. Reece James is struggling with a little bit of cramp by the looks of things. He's gone down, so we've got a break in play. Just looking at a replay of that ball that was swung in from Tagliafico. Guay got his head to it and got it clear. And in the end, two England players actually bashed heads. I think it was Anderson. It might well have been Reece James, actually. Appears to be okay, but as I said, just struggling with a little bit of cramp, I think, is Reece James. And being helped to his feet now. We've got 9 minutes left on the clock. England are heading to the final as it stands with 9 minutes plus stoppage time. And Nico O'Reilly is going to come on and help out Thomas Tuchel's men, and also Big Dan Burn as well. So a double change for England. And I think Reece James is one of those players that's going to come off. Indeed, I think he is. So Nico O'Reilly will come on. And also Dan Burn. And Dan Burn becomes England's third change. Is it Rice that's coming off? I think it is. So Declan Rice coming towards the near side. Dan Burn is on, and there's the confirmation of the changes. So it's Rice and James to come off, and it's O'Reilly and it's Burn to come on. So 3 changes now for England. Let's not forget that Argentina have made all 5 of their changes. Obviously, if they were to equalise and go to extra time, they get an extra one. But as it stands, within the 90, there will be no more changes for Argentina. England can still make a couple more if they need to. Game recommences, and following that stoppage, and the ball has gone out of play down this near side, and Argentina will have a throw-in midway inside their own half, and they've got 7.5 minutes plus stoppage time to try and find something here, to try and force extra time as they try and retain the trophy that they won 4 years ago. Of course, the tournament then was in the winter. It was just before Christmas, a week before Christmas, of course, when they beat France in that incredible final 3-3, which went to penalties. But as it stands, it'll be England going through. But here come Argentina out towards the left-hand side of the penalty area. Here's Enzo Fernandez, ball on his right foot, square to his right-hand side, and DePaul lines it up. He's going to get the shot in. He does get the shot in, and it hits an England player. In fact, it hits, I think it was Nico O'Reilly, and it's cleared long for England. But Argentina will pick up the pieces down this near side, and they'll come again, and they'll keep coming again. And England remaining firm at the moment. Enzo Fernandez, low ball out towards the left-hand touchline, midway inside the England half. And Messi is over on in the inside right position, and they found him. Here he is, Lionel Messi, ball on his left foot, curls it towards the far post, and that's a poor one actually from Messi. I think it was a cross. I certainly don't think he was going for goal from that position, but he gets far too much on that ball, and it sails behind past the goalkeeper's right-hand post and behind for a goal kick for England. Goal kick, Pickford takes it. Nico O'Reilly does get a little flick on, but it's going to go to play down this near side, and Argentina will have a throw in midway inside their own half down the right-hand side, and it'll be taken by one of the substitutes, Gonzalo Montiel, over the halfway line. The couple with pace out towards the left-hand side. England with everybody back now behind the ball, bar Kane, who actually is just behind the ball now. Enzo Fernandez, is he going to try a shot here? Oh my goodness, what an effort from Enzo Fernandez, tipped over the bar by Jordan Pickford. What an effort that was. And fingertips from the Everton goalkeeper. Just looking at a replay, Fernandez lets fly. It's fairly central, to be fair. It's a save you'd expect Pickford to make, but my goodness, he had to be alert, Jordan Pickford, and he was. Argentina have their 6th corner. They've gone short again. It goes out to Messi down this near side. Lionel Messi, ball on his left foot, goes across the edge of the 18-yard line. It's Enzo Fernandez again, and he scores for Argentina. Well, they had the warning, didn't they, England? And Enzo Fernandez, it opened up beautifully for him, and right-footed, he drills it beyond the goalkeeper, Jordan Pickford. And with 5 minutes left on the clock, we are back level here in Atlanta. It's England 1, Argentina 1, and England possibly paying the price for sitting back as soon as they took the lead. Argentina have completely dominated this game. They've hit the post, they've had opportunities. Pickford has had to make some miraculous saves. Well, he wasn't going to save that one. It's come from a short corner. Messi goes short, gets the ball back down this near side, and Enzo Fernandez is just sort of drifting into space, edge of the penalty area. Messi finds him. That's another assist, by the way, for Messi. Takes one touch and then right-footed drills it into the corner, and it's England 1, Argentina 1. Assist for Messi, and that puts him, well, he's already got the most assists in the history of this competition. He's got 11 now, so he's got the most goals and he's got the most assists. And Enzo Fernandez of Chelsea has scored in the 85th minute. And it's England 1, Argentina 1. And where did this game go now? Is it going to extra time? There was a little check by the way. Again, a VAR check for... there was a VAR check for offside when the ball came back to Messi after he took the corner, but he was certainly onside. I think he played the short one. It might have been towards Montiel. Montiel goes back out to Messi. Messi holds it up, then goes low across towards Enzo Fernandez, just at the right of the D. So much space. England's so deep, so many players inside the penalty area, but nobody marking Enzo Fernandez. He takes one touch, and then right-footed, he drills it towards Jordan Pickford's right-hand side, and we are back on parity here in Atlanta with, what have we got, 3 minutes plus stoppage time left for play. We may well be heading to an additional 30 minutes unless we get a dramatic goal. And of course, Argentina will fancy this now because they're in the ascendancy and they're the team with the attacking lineup. England have gone very defensive, of course, to try and hang on to this 1-0 lead. And I just do wonder whether there will be some regrets. We've got to wait and see, of course, what happens in the remaining 3 minutes plus stoppage time, plus any extra time or penalties that we may have. But will England regret sitting back the way in which they did so early as well? Let's not forget that it was only the 55th minute that Anthony Gordon scored that goal. There was still, well, if you add in stoppage time, probably a good 40 minutes plus still to play, and England were quite happy to sit back and allow Argentina to have possession, and eventually they have hurt England, and they have possession now midway inside the England half. Low ball goes out to Messi down this right-hand side, looking to take on Nico Wright. He's just come on. Messi ball on his right boot. There's the cross. It's a lovely delivery as well, but it's headed clear well for England towards the edge of the penalty area. But it's Messi again who will pick it up. We might stop play here. There's an England player down inside the penalty area, and the referee indeed is going to stop play and suggesting it's a head injury. I can't quite see which England player it is down. Is it Stones? I think it is. John Stones is down. Argentina are furious with the decision, but the referee has absolutely no choice. I mean, even in a situation where this is just a little bit of gamesmanship, just to halt the Argentinian attack, really, because Argentina are all over England at the moment. If there's any suggestion of a head injury, the game has to be stopped, and that's exactly what's happened here. And indeed, the trainer is on. We're in the 89th minute, and as with that, I think he just... Well, I'm not entirely sure. I just looked at a replay of it, Stones. I'm not entirely sure what happened there. He was the one who headed the ball away, but I did wonder thereafter if he sort of clashed with Jordan Pickford, because they were both sort of running towards the same ball, and I wondered whether he clashed with his goalkeeper. But looking at the replay, it didn't appear to happen. And, well, we're going to head into stoppage time. We're going to have quite a bit of stoppage time, and I guess at this stage in the game it's whether either side really fancies really going for it to try and get the winner without the need for extra time, or whether we are heading towards an extra 30 minutes, just as we did, of course, in France 98, where these two sides played in that infamous game that ended 2 apiece. David Beckham and all that, Michael Owen with the incredible goal. 2-2, of course, that one finished. That one went to penalties with the Argentinians coming out on top. They actually got knocked out, I think, in the next round, if I'm not mistaken. They lost to the Dutch in the next round. Dennis Bergkamp scoring that incredible goal right at the end, almost the last kick of the game to put Argentina out. And obviously we know that the French and the Brazilians ended up in the final. We are in stoppage time. The game hasn't recommenced yet, but the sign has gone up. Now, is John Stones okay to continue? He's got to come towards his near side then just to come back on, because just that's the way it works in football. It's one of the silliest rules that we have, but that's how it is. So 9 minutes has gone up on the board, although we've not actually played any football since we went into those 9 minutes, so don't be at all surprised if we get close to double figures here in extra time. England are currently down to 10 men because John Stones, he has been allowed back on the field now. The game will recommence. We're in stoppage time. It's 1 apiece, and unless there's a late dramatic injury time goal, we're heading to 30 minutes of extra time. And at the moment there's only one team that looks like scoring. It's Argentina. Messi right inside of the penalty area, pokes it in. Does he get the ball back? Messi, no, he doesn't. Spence will get it clear now. Kane out towards this near side. Here's Bellingham running it clear down this left hand side. He's got no support here, Bellingham, but this will just relieve the pressure really for England. But Bellingham's running into trouble, and Bellingham has lost the ball in the end because he just ran straight into the Argentinian player. And that was Christian Romero, and Argentina will come again down the left-hand side this time. He goes out towards Gonzalez, level with the edge of the penalty area. I did say If Argentina are going to get back into it, it's going to be either Enzo Fernandez or Messi. It was both, wasn't it, in the end, because it was an assist. Now McAllister opens up for him, edge of the penalty area. He's hit the post. Would you believe it? England let off the hook there. McAllister has hit the post twice now. Messi. Argentina come again. They want the winner here. What a cross. There's the goal. And Argentina have almost certainly won it in stoppage time. And would you believe it? It's the substitute, Lautaro Martinez, rising highest at the far post. What an incredible turnaround yet again for the Argentinians, who were 2-0 down against Egypt a couple of rounds ago and came through to win it by 3-2. They were a goal behind with 5 minutes to play against England, and England have paid the price for sitting back and trying to hold on to this lead, and they've been caught by a team that just will not be beaten. And it's the substitute, it might even be his first touch, Martinez. It's his 40th goal. They'd already hit the post through Alexis McAllister. Clears out towards the far side. Guess who picks it up? Yep, you guessed it. Lionel Messi. It's another assist for him. The right-footed cross. And it's the simplest of header. He won't score an easier goal in his career. In his 84th cap, it's his 40th goal for his country. And it may well be the goal that sends his team through to the final on Sunday against Spain. What a dramatic turnaround here in the Atlanta Stadium in Georgia in stoppage time. It's England 1, Argentina 2, and now suddenly it's England in stoppage time chasing the game. And the difficulty with that is, of course, England are set up so defensively now with all the changes that they made to try and hang on to that lead that they had through Anthony Gordon in the 55th minute, and they've been caught with 2 sucker punches. The goal from Enzo Fernandez with, 5 minutes left on the clock for that one, and then the goal in stoppage time, which looks to have won it for Argentina, through Lautaro Martinez, the Inter Milan striker. He has scored, and it's now England 1, Argentina 2, and there were less than 7 minutes between those 2 goals. Enzo Fernandez in the 85th and Martinez 90 plus 2. The game will kick off again. We haven't even kicked off yet. I don't honestly understand why we haven't kicked off, but we haven't. And Argentina now will turn attack into defence. They've been on the attack consistently ever since England scored. Pickford now going to go long for England, and this is where England need the likes of Bellingham, Kane. 12 goals between them, of course, and it is Kane over on the far side. Can he get a cross in? It's blocked. England will get a throw in right next to the corner flag. We played 4 minutes of stoppage time, and somehow there's been a yellow card, by the way. I'm not entirely sure what happened, but I can confirm that Rodrigo de Paul was booked following the goal. England get a ball into the box, but Argentina will get it clear out towards the far side. And they keep the ball in play here. No, it's gone out of play, but England will get the throw in right to the corner flag, and it will be Konza to take it. Is it written in the stars for Argentina to win this tournament? Well, they're going to make 2 very, very late changes here, England. 2 very attacking changes as well, because I can see Marcus Rashford is one of them being readied. In comes the ball into the box. A long throw in the end. Argentina get it cleared out towards the far side. Cross has got to come in. There's so many England players there. Can't beat the first man. And the first man at the near post was Nico Gonzalez to head it clear and out towards the far side. England will have another throw, and then looking to bring on Marcus Rashford. And I think it might be, is it Ivan Toney to come on to try and find a dramatic late goal for England. Here we go. Here's the changes. So it's Rashford. This will be England's 4th and 5th change. Ivan Toney and Marcus Rashford to come on. Well, they've got to go for it now, England, haven't they? So Marcus Rashford, who was up until today the only England player to score a goal in this tournament other than Bellingham and Kane. And they're going to replace Stones and Spence. Well, that really is a roll of the dice, isn't it? It really is, but... well, he made the decision to go defensive, Thomas Tuchel. Argentina have scored twice. Now England have gone attacking. They've got to score once to force extra time. Ball into the box. That's headed clear and out towards the far side. Getting his head on everything, Nico Gonzalez, since he's come on. Nico Gonzalez heads it out of play. Argentina, who've never lost a semi-final in the tournament. Up to today, it was played 6-1-6. Well, unless England can find a late dramatic goal to force extra time, then it'll be played 7-1-7. England have possession, but they're inside their own half with Jordan Pickford. Pickford steadies himself, left-footed long towards the edge of that penalty. A little flick on by Kane, but it's not going to reach Bellingham. And Argentina get it clear long towards the halfway line. They're going to go long here, England again, but once more an Argentinian head gets on it to clear out towards this halfway line. Marcus Rashford will retrieve and get his first touch for England. Can Rashford try and provide a little bit of magic for England? He goes back to Pickford, who's well outside of his penalty area. Pickford goes long towards the penalty area. And Argentina again will get it clear towards the halfway line. Messi will chase, but Messi, at 39 years of age, isn't the quickest man in the world, despite his incredible skills. And 2 more assists for Lionel Messi tonight. He hasn't scored. He's still joint top with Mbappe. Pickford again is going to go long for England. And he's gone way too long for England. And that one goes all the way through to Emi Martinez, who's feigning an injury, I would say. He's holding his right thigh as he'll just waste a little bit of time. And the ball has gone through to him, and the Argentinian flags are waving now. And 10-15 minutes ago, we didn't see this coming. Emi Martinez goes long, kicks from hands, and it's gone all the way out of play. It was almost like a rugby kick, really, clearance from the Argentinian goalkeepers out of play. England have a throw in, but they're deep inside their own half. We played 7.5 minutes of stoppage time, 9 to play. I think we'll have at least another 1 on top of that, because we have had some stoppages. Pickford has it, and Pickford goes long. What a game he was having as well, Pickford. He really was beaten twice. Not his fault on either occasion, though, let me add. England have won it back midway inside their own half. Kane has it. Kane now, can he provide something from deep? I think he's got too much on that pass. Kane, he has. It's going to go out of play. It was almost, again, like a rugby touch. A rugby kick for touch, which certainly he didn't want on this occasion. Harry Kane, he's put the ball out of play. And Argentina will take as long as they legally can with this throw. In their left back position. We've got a minute of stoppage time to go. An extraordinary game, really, that came to life in the second half. The first half was an absolute no-show. It really was. If you were putting together a highlights package of the first half, you'd struggle to find anything, because nothing happened. It's all happened in this second period. England taking the lead 10 minutes into the second half, and Argentina coming back. But here comes Rashford now. Rashford, this is good from him. Rashford ball in, but it's only going to find an Argentina player at the near post, and the Argentinians run it clear. And if there's one man you want to run it clear, it's this man. It's Lionel Messi. Messi, brilliant from him again onto Alvarez. Alvarez is going to go back to Messi. And Messi is going to draw the foul as he did, and that will eat up some more time for Argentina as we head towards the 10th minute of stoppage time. There's then a little bit of pushing and shoving coming together. Messi still on the ground, and all this will do is help the Argentinians, because it'll just eat up a little bit more time. So it looks as if, and it didn't look for a long time, as if it's going to be Spain versus Argentina in the final on Sunday, and England may just have playoff against the going into this tournament, and looked all kick. We've played the 9 minutes of stoppage to decide how much more time he wants to add on at the end of the 9 before the free kick for Argentina. Goes long, and it'll go out of play. Well, it'll be an England throw in their left back position, and England have just got to hoof it forward. They'll probably go back to Pickford, will they here? They do. It's back with the England goalkeeper. Pickford is unable to go long. England have got to play it out from the back. They had no choice. Well, they've lost possession now. That was sloppy from them. Argentina could finish it here if they want to, but Messi, he just takes the ball towards the corner. Final whistle. No, it's not. Put it back though. Is there any time we play? Flaps at it. England get it half clear, Argentina get it half clear, but the ball ends up in the goalkeeper's hands. But I think there was a foul there on Emi Martinez, and that will surely be that in what's been an incredibly dramatic second semi-final. We've played nearly 12 minutes of stoppage time. Now England won, Argentina 2. England led, and they were dreaming of their first final in 60 years. Anthony Gordon with a goal in the 55th minute, but they sat back and allowed Argentina to come onto them, and eventually the pressure told. Enzo Fernandez Thomas Tuchel's men out in the semi-finals, and they'll have to make do with a third-place playoff against the French on Saturday. And an incredible game here in the Atlanta Stadium, Georgia. It's finished. England 1, Argentina 2. Thanks very much for listening, and do enjoy the rest of your evening.
Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page.